Hi everyone, so today I have this look for you, and it is a St. Patrick's Day look, of course, because St. Patrick's Day is coming up and it's the day that we all drink green beer and party and have fun. And so green, of course, is the color of the day, but I wanted to do something a little different. It's not just all green, and so I came up with this, and I kind of came up with it on camera. I was just experimenting, so it's going to be fun. But yeah, I used a combination of green and purple in the crease, and then just kept the rest of the face peachy and golden, and I really love how it turned out. So if you want to see how I did it, just keep on watching. I'm going to start with my trusty L'Oreal True Match foundation, and I'm using a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush to put this on. So I'm working from the center of my face and blending outwards, and W6 is my absolute perfect match. And that's pretty much it for my foundation. So that was like a, not even a quarter size dollop. So now I'm just going to go ahead and do my concealer, and I'm using my True Match concealer. As always, I need to go get some more MAC Pro Longwear, but I had a MAC Pro Longwear and I loved it, but it's in a glass bottle. So you know what happened. It fell. I had used it about 3 times. It fell and shattered. I was so pissed because I paid so much money for that hair. It's ridiculous. I'm using a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. I have such a hard time saying that. Deluxe Crease Brush. I'm just using that to blend in my under eye concealer. And then I'm going to use my Pro Conceal, my LA Girl Pro Conceal. Now I was using Pure Beige, but that was just a little too dark for a highlight because it kind of more just matched my regular concealer color. So I'm using this one. This is Creamy Beige instead as a highlight. I'm going to hit that right across here. This always looks so funny. So I'm going to use my same face brush to blend that out. And I'm blending it out by stamping it and then very gently whisking it. And so I'm going to get started on my eyes. Now I want to do something fun. I tend to think of St. Patrick's Day makeup as being fun as opposed to sexy. I don't know why, that's just like my own personal thing. And I want to use some stuff that I have not used before, in tutorials that is, and that is some of my Fyrinnae eyeshadows. I love these things, and I actually haven't used them in a while, even though I love them so much. So the one that I have is called, I'm going to butcher this name, but Callipygian, Callipygian, words there. And it's this gorgeous, this is just the sample size, but it's this gorgeous, I don't think you can see it, this gorgeous green with a purple kind of flash, like when it moves, it goes to purple. And then the other one that I might use a little bit of is called Dokkalfar, which is this beautiful sparkly green. Gorgeous! So pretty. Okay, L'Oreal Infallible in the color Golden Emerald. This is new. This is the first time I'm going to be using it. It's such a pretty color. Greens and more greens. And I am going to be doing, you saw in the beginning, a really fun purple and green eye. And then I'm going to use just a flat shader brush to get this on. Ooh, that was too much. Oops. This one has definitely a chunkier glitter than the other Infallibles, which I really love the Infallibles. That is so pretty. So pretty. Yeah, avoid the outer corner so that the Callipygian Fyrinnae eyeshadow can be nice and dark on that area, and then I can blend it over the top. This color, guys, is so stunning. And now I'm going to go in first. I want a base shadow brush from Real Techniques and SugarPill Poison Plum. Green and purple complement each other really well, and if you want a really fun look, it's nice to pair colors that really complement each other. So I'm just rocking this back and forth in my crease. deepen it up as I go. I also want to elongate my eye. So my eye bone would come this way, but I'm actually going to go that way. Not necessarily trying to go for a cat eye effect, I just want to elongate my eyes a little bit. And build your color really, really gradually, as opposed to trying to slap it all on at once. So I am going to leave it for a second. I'm not going to do any more blending of it. And now I'm going to go in with my Dokkalfar. Pretty color. Guys, this is such a beautiful, beautiful color. It's not even, I cannot describe it. So I am mixing this with some of my Graftobian Liquid Skin Sparkle, the clear one. And I'm using a pencil brush. This, Fyrinnae makes a pixie epoxy is what they call it. And that's just a primer. But I actually prefer to mix these, to treat them almost like a glitter, and to mix them with a medium. Little piece of tape, stick it to the back of my hand briefly to take off some of the stickiness. I'm going to slide, instead of doing it, I don't want it to be too elevated, I should say. I want it to be more going that way. So I'm just going to go from the bottom of my eyelashes right here and out. And I do this all the way to the tape. So I've done both eyes to that same point. I'm taking it under as well, and it's going to be a bit messy, but that's okay. We're going to fix it. Oh, my shirt's bugging me. Okay, so now I am going to just take my same base shadow brush and a little bit more Poison Plum, and I'm going to work, I'm going to blend the edge a little bit. My computer is making noise. And I like this Callipygian color because it does have that purple cast, and I know you can't see it in the camera, but as I move, as the shadow hits it, it does take on a very dark purple look. And the more you blend it out, the more the purple comes up. So I'm just going to hit the edge there, like that, just with a little bit of Poison Plum again. On the edges. And now I can remove the tape. So I know the quality of this video is going to look a little bit different. I'm trying a different camera app, and I think it's a pro camera app for my iPhone, which is what I use to film. And I think that I may need artificial light with it, even though I'm sitting right in front of a huge window. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my foundation brush, just lightly, the tape didn't even remove much of my foundation, so it's all good. Pencil brush again, the same pencil brush I use with the Callipygian. I just want to remove some of the excess that's in the brush on my hand, and take my purple, my Poison Plum, the fun full-on look. Of course, if you don't want to wear something this, you know, big, you could just not extend it as far as I did. Okay, now I'm going to take a clean blending brush like this one, fluffy one. This is synthetic, but you can of course use natural hair. And I'm going to soften it up. And this might feel like it's taking a really long time, but just stick with it. Do that with it. Back to my Sigma E40, which has tape stuck to it. And blend all the edges together. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and powder my face. And I'm using my L'Oreal True Match powder, super blendable, of course. And my Real Techniques powder brush, of course. I'm stamping it all over my face. Without a mirror, guys. Aha. Aren't I a talented girl? I find that when I let my foundation sink into my skin better, or for a longer period of time before I powder it. The powder always goes on so much smoother. And then just over the top of that with a fluffy brush, I'm going to go for a little bit of my Dream Matte powder. Just to properly set right here. I was contemplating putting on winged liner, but nah, I'm not going to do that. So now I'm going to go in with that beautiful sparkly green called Dokkalfar. It's really, really pretty. And I'm going to go for a really small brush. I think I'm going to use a Real Techniques accent brush for this one. And a tiny drop of my Skin Sparkle. Where did it go? Skin Sparkle, that's what it looks like. Liquid Skin Sparkle. It's got a little brush, so I'm going to just put a dot of that in the cap, because there is actually stuff in the cap. Shadow in the cap. In this particular shadow, the glitter separates from the base. So I picked up a little bit of the actual glitter that's kind of like around the edges. You could just use like a green glitter. And I'm going to use my NYX Gel Liner. So my eyes are tight lined and water lined. Now I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a hit of mascara because I'm going to put on some lashes. So I'm using my COlossal Volume Express as always. Okay, the lashes I'm using are Ardell Wispies. I've lost the thing. I've used them once before. But they just look like that. They're kind of round as opposed to being flared. Duo Lash Glue, and this is how I usually put them on. I can do this, but it gets messy. So I just squirt a little bit of glue on the back of my hand. And then I take the back of a brush, like this, get some glue up, and run it along. Just so much easier for me than trying to use the Duo tube. So you guys know I'm a multitasker, right? I'm a multitasker. So while I'm waiting for that glue to set a little bit, I'm going to start lining my lips. And this is NYX Soft Brown. So one eyelash is on. Next eyelash. And again, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to just pat on a little bit of this Wet n Wild color. This is Just Peachy. Close to the lash line, and then what I like to do is just pinch without pinching your eyelid, which I've done once or twice, but I just pinch the band very carefully while the glue is still wet onto my natural lashes, because that makes it sit even closer. That just like gives it this look so much whimsy. It's so fun. Okay, finish up my lip. My battery is dying because this new camera app kills the battery. We shall see if I like the quality. Now I'm going to use the Revlon lip butter in the color Tutti Frutti, which is a nice bright orange, and also pat it on. And there we have the finished look, guys. I hope you really, really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I think it's just such a fun look. I love the purple and the green together. Such a nice combination. If you don't want to go all green, sometimes green can be hard to wear. It can wash you out. Add a little bit of purple or a different color in with it, blue, anything like that, and it will help. And it will help, you know, even everything out. So I really hope you like that look, like I said, and give me a thumbs up, please. It helps me out so much. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I will see you guys in my next video.